Hey guys, Azerial here, and you know, today's my D&D night. I play D&D. Who would have thought I'm a nerd? But I got to thinking, and I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here today. When you have a hardcore gaming community, and you get all these diehards, you get all this other shit, and people fail to realize, first and foremost, this is a game of fun and whatnot. And there's a lot of, well, conceptions and whatnot and what has to absolutely have to be. And I think when it comes to D&D and other tabletop games, is you got to realize it's all a mind's eye game. If you can envision it in your head, it can happen. So one of the biggest misconception is, of course, the races. And I think this is most prevalent in the exotic races. The tiefling, the warforged. But I think this is the most prevalent when it comes to the dragonborn. Because in the current age of D&D, the dragonborn are the new kids on the block. But that's only because they moved in from another neighborhood. See, thousands upon thousands of years ago, there was a huge war between giants and dragons. And it was quite literally a war of attrition. It was pure genocide on both sides. Well, dragons being dragons, they didn't want to get their hands dirty, so they made the dragon to be both slave and soldier, so that the dragons didn't have to get their hands dirty and possibly be killed. Who would have wanted to fucking die in a war? So, the Dragonborn, through the thousands of years, you know, any indentured race would eventually try and rise up and gain their freedom, and they did many times. But, doesn't matter how much you look like a dragon, you're not a dragon. And each rebellion was crushed. Just decidedly, no, it wasn't even a competition. But every now and then, few would just find a way to sneak out of the territory, and slow and surely, encampments would spawn up in outside lands that weren't controlled by dragon or giant. In fact, a huge one, I forget the name of it, right off the coast of Eberron. I mean, there's like two of them, I believe. So it's one of those things that the Dragonborn are one of those misunderstood things. Everybody wants the Dragonborn to be these high and mighty, regal things because that's what it does say in the book. But you also got to remember this is a species that was enslaved for the first 10,000 years of their existence. They were soldiers meant only to die, so that's going to play a huge part in their racial memories. And I think that should be part of their personalities. So, and another thing is, I think you're also hindering their growth if you don't let a player explore onto that past. And another thing, you know what? When it comes to the Dragonborn, let your players have that creativity. If they want to have a fucking tail, let them have a fucking tail. What's it gonna hurt? It's not like they're gonna go Pokemon with a tail whip on their ass. If they want to have a pair of budding, non-functional wings, let them. And besides, Half Dragon is a template, not a species. Let them have that creative ability. I mean, it's a tabletop role-playing game. Let them be creative. Let them play a role that a lot of people wouldn't think about. And if you really want to let them put their shine on, let them dual template. Idea. Because thanks to Curse of Strahd and Van Richter's Guide to Ravenloft, we got the Reborn. So what you can let them do is Reborn, Half Dragon, Dragonborn. So you quite literally have a born identity crisis. A zombie half dragon dragonborn. And just let them do whatever the hell they want. Don't let them just be a carbon copy of what everybody else does. Because at the end of the day, it's a game. And we do this to relieve stress, have fun, not add to our stress levels. And with that, this demon will see you at the next crossroad.